So taking a really big deep breath in and letting it out. And just giving yourself a moment now. Just thinking about your breathing. And of course you'll be aware of other sounds inside the room and outside. And you can just be aware of all of those and let them just flow over you as you continue to think about your breathing. And just be aware of where you are. Doesn't matter where you are. And think about the feeling that you're wanting to concentrate on. Think about the feeling. And if this is a feeling that you are not liking, if there is a feeling that you would rather release, let go of, connect into the judgments of that feeling. Whether that feeling causes you to judge yourself, whether it's that you are feeling judged by others, or whether you are judging others. And if it's that you are feeling judged, or you are judging yourself, or you are judging others, have a think about that core principle that is creating that judgment. And have a think about that core principle and find out within yourself, look in and ask, is this mine? Is this core principle mine? Or did it come from somebody else? Did it come from a parent? Did it come from school? Did it come from society? From television? Magazines? Ask yourself where this principle comes from. And as you take that core principle back to its source, ask yourself, do I still resonate with this core principle? Is this something that I can still take on as use as mine? Or am I willing to recognise that that belongs to somebody else? And if it belongs to somebody else, shall I hand it back? And if you hand it back, imagine yourself by a campfire. And whoever that core principle came from, whether it was a parent, a friend, a relative, society, whoever it is, find yourself by that campfire with those people and explain to them why you are handing their opinion and their judgment back to them. Explain to them why you're not willing to take this on now. It might be that you have grown. It might be that when you originally took on this core principle as your own, you were too young to think anything else. It might be that you took on this core principle when you were slightly older than a child. And at the time it resonated, but you've changed. And because you've changed, that core principle no longer resonates with who you are now. And so you reach inside of you, reaching inside into that place where all your core principles are kept inside your core. And have a rummage around in there, and there it is. Look, pull that out. However it comes out, whatever form it takes, pull it out. And now you have a choice. You can hand it back to them. But it might be that actually it's one that they no longer need to resonate with either. In which case, you can throw it in the fire. And within those flames, as you look into those flames, you see within them your own principle, your own core principle, your own opinion, your own belief, one that resonates with you now. And you put it out of the fire and you put it into your core being. Now it might be that this core principle and the judgment around it, there might be a fight with that concept. And in a fight that you feel you should be taking on that core principle, and yet it still isn't resonating with you. Connect into why you feel you ought to keep that core principle with you, but why it's not resonating with you any longer. And then ask yourself, am I ready to let go of this now? And as you hand it back, be aware of how your life will change when you know no longer judging yourself or judging others or worrying that others are judging you. Everybody else has their own core principles that have been taken on by their parents, by their school, by education, by society, by television, by advertising. Everybody has principles that they weren't born with. And therefore those principles can change. We can choose which principles suit us. And as we grow and mature, and as we age with wisdom, we can take on our own feelings, our own worth. That is the journey. So take some nice big deep breaths. And see where that feeling sits with you now. Or if that feeling has gone.